Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Last time we had been exploring the Koronus map, slowly making our way towards the system that Janus is in, and we've finally made it there. We have not yet actually stepped into that system, so we're here at the Telecus Epsilon. We know Janus is our agri-world, but something has gone wrong with getting provisions from it. We're also hoping to get enough provisions that we can send them back to Footfall, where there's some starvation going on. But let's see what the actual situation here in Janus is. Or I guess in the Telecus Epsilon. What the situation is, and specifically on the planet Janus. Lord Captain, according to the telemetry, the parameters of this system match those of the Telecus Epsilon, home to the agri-world Janus that belongs to the Von Valentius dynasty. We've received a Vox message from the planet. The agri-world's governor officially welcomes the rogue trader and reports that she has begun preparations for a formal reception to celebrate the arrival of the planet's sovereign. Your subjects are looking forward to your visit. Okay. So far, nothing unusual. We'll go there last. Let's check out these other side locations first. Although, it's odd to me that we don't have accurate scans and even names of the other planets in one of our main worlds. Like, this should be in our ship's records. Plasma batteries. Sure. Plasteel. I don't think 3 is that impressive. So I'm going to hold off on using my extractiums. It's probably why there still is plasteel here, is because Theodora probably also thought that that wasn't worth an extractium. Because I think we got 7 at a different extraction site. Yeah, the Rocky World gave us 7. So probably going to hold off on that. We can come back there at a later point if I need plasteel, assuming I remember. Is there... This is just colony management. Is there any convenient place that I can find where I've found resources but didn't put down extractiums? I don't think so. Do you have something you want to say? Oh, no. White covers like the frost that forms on the condensers. Can worlds made with nothing but cold truly exist? I didn't realize that we occasionally have comments from our companions. Okay, on to Janus. Not a lot going on in this system. Don't even know the name of this planet. We have to scan for it. Shockingly, it's called Janus. Alright, let's go head down to Governor Viat's estate. Was again deciding whether I should use Abelard or whether I should bring in the interrogator. But we're going to one of our home worlds. We need Abelard to fill us in on what's going on, as well as to properly announce us. Hello? That looked like a Xenos, an Eldari, with like a sniper rifle. Unless I'm mistaken? That's probably not good. A lavishly dressed noblewoman in opulent silk gown watches you with an expectant air. But then, gracefully, she bows her head. Gem-encrusted implants protrude from her arms and neck. I welcome you on behalf of the noble house Viat ab Aram. My name is Vistenza Janus Viat ab Aram af Koronus. That name. By the grace of the Emperor and the will of the rogue trader Theodore von Valentius, I serve as planetary governor and imperial commander-in-chief of this world. Vitenza Viat raises her head slightly. Vitenza Viat turns to Abelard. And greetings to you, noble Visarion. It has been years since your last visit to Janus. I am glad to see you again. It is a good sign when a rogue trader seneschal does not visit a subject's planet for a long time. Isn't that correct, Lady Viat? It means the governor is taking care of all matters, and there is no need for the seneschal to interfere. Vitenza lets out a musical laugh. I hear praise in those words, and I thank you for them. She turns once again to you. In truth, your arrival in this place of the esteemed Lady von Valentius is quite unexpected. Theodore von Valentius is dead. I am now the head of the dynasty. I hope my coming in Theodore's stead has not disappointed you too much. Or let's finish with the pleasantries, Governor Viat, and move on to the purpose of my visit. I mean, we need to let her know that we are the head of the dynasty. This one isn't as clear. And while we haven't gone to our primary homeworld to announce our ascension to head of the dynasty, I think the governor of one of our 3 primary worlds should be told. Although maybe not in a giant parade spectacle like this. But either way, I have no reason to keep it quiet. We were incognito on footfall, but I don't think we need to maintain that everywhere. Theodore von Valentius is dead. I am now the head of the dynasty. With such tragic news, I will see to it that the planet observes a month of mourning.
For Janus!
Oh, what is going on?
With fire and vigor, our Emperor imbue us.
So, again, that sniper, wherever she was, I don't know. But it seemed like a guy came up threatening either the lady or us, and the sniper was the one that took him out. I was thinking that sniper looked potentially alien, but maybe not. Maybe they were just a soldier, and they just had a strange uniform. But also there seems to be some sort of mutiny going on that we've heard nothing about. We heard there are troubles on this planet, but I don't remember the specifics. Anyway, we can't place our people because we've been ambushed, so we just have to start the battle here, surrounded. Luckily, Cassie is always first, guaranteed. I don't know what happens if there's a... what's her class, like... Grandmaster or something? If there's one of those on the enemy side? Okay, so I think yellow means that they're on our side. So... not all of these people around are enemies. We have... oh, we have one ally. The rest are all enemies. I don't think we have much to be afraid of. 52 health isn't that big of a deal, and there's only 5 of them. Well, let's set our front line to be here. I was hoping I could get all of them. Might still go with something like that. That one will probably run into that front line. Although I could actually just have her move over to here and then use her lidless stare twice. In an angle that I make sure I'm not going to hit any of my allies. Can I pull the others over as well, actually? Maybe. Because if I can hit all 5 of them...
This way!
Nah, you didn't move. Well, we got them all into that range. I'm still not opposed to the idea of using the lidless stare twice. It's probably better than even buffing Ignatius, because we can likely just take out all 3 of these guys in a single turn. Oh, and I didn't set these down. Maybe I should? I'll try the lidless stare. That hits them, doesn't hit any of my allies.
Me? Expanse, your captain.
Yeah. Just finish them off. Oh, don't hit friendlies.
Isn't this a job for the space? The navigators.
Alright, so backline. Which was backline? Backline is the dodge. Rear is our attack backline. Might go with something like this. So we get Ignatius and Argenta covered. And then just to make sure that you're also safe, give you a dodge bonus.
Lord Captain.
I don't know if that's actually cover. I think it's not. I assumed it was, but maybe it is. Okay, Argenta. What can I pull off with you? I mean, this would probably be an ideal shot pattern.
Doubt is for the weak.
Also, just mark both of them as prey because you might as well. Yeah.
As the Emperor commands, this is what...
Okay. I'm guessing not friendlies. Only 2 of my people have gotten a turn. And we've already got reinforcements. Yeah, a bunch of rebels. Well, good to know. We're kind of all on the wrong side to deal with that. Is there no cover from any of this? Oh, she only has 2 movement points. Okay. That's why we're not seeing any cover. She can't get into a cover position. I guess. Let's do run and gun. There you go. Move you here. Alright, you guys are a lot more problematic, it looks like. Level 3s are all here. Sharpshooter's probably going to be a problem. Ironclad Rebel? I don't know what the Ironclad Rebel's deal is. Exhilarating speed. Movement points have been increased until the end of combat. We just have a sword, no special abilities, a reasonable amount of armor. Now I wish I had buffed up Ignatius, knowing we've got a lot more going on. But yeah, let's move you here. Switch you back to your sniper rifle. Or I guess long las. Who do I think is going to be the biggest problem? What's the diversionist rebels deal? You've got grenades doing toxic damage. Ripper rebels. Do more critical damage with their chain weapon. Yeah, they don't have a lot of crazy abilities. What about the sharpshooter? Do you have anything unusual? No. Not particularly. I don't know, just mark the Grenadier as prey. I guess I probably should also finish off this guy behind us. Kind of forgot about him as soon as they showed up.
Faith without...
Nice. And sure, Furious Recital.
High momentum.
Okay, we've got high momentum ready for whenever someone needs to use it.
Let's get to it.
Pain cleanses the...
Wow. I did not think they would be able to run all the way up to Argenta.
Come here, maggot.
And yeah, we are all standing out in the open. Oh. Fresh injury. Can you charge? No. So I've got a choice of either attacking this one, which would end my movement, or I can ignore this one to start moving over towards these guys and then charge. Which feels like something I need to do. Yeah. If I put you here. Yeah, you can charge that guy no problem. So let's move you here first. Gonna want to charge and then attack, so that's 3 AP I'm gonna want available. Got 5. Could use 1 for endure. Then I'd have 1 more. Sworn enemy or reckless strike. I think Reckless Strike will keep... Yeah, Reckless Strike will keep him focused on Abelard rather than attacking Argenta.
It will be done.
So Endure,
I will do my duty.
Reckless Strike, Charge.
At your beck and call.
I don't think we're going to kill him this turn. That'll keep him focused on Abelard, which is good. Could also do Brace for Impact to allow Argenta to shift over. No. I'm good.
Let's make it quick.
Time to slaughter someone.
Out of my way. Hold on. My faith strengthens me. High momentum.
Alright. We are going to light ourselves on fire. as we do.
Suits my purposes.
Which does hit that guy. Orchestrate flames.
All too easy.
Then we can do a run and gun. I guess let's put ourselves here to begin with anyway. Then run and gun.
Not a problem for me.
Then do we just take this guy out? Probably. We can put all of our focus on that side.
Nothing I can't do.
Even though I don't think he is particularly a threat. If I use something like this, how many people would it hit? Can I get it into a spot where it hits just 3? No. And I don't think I want to use Inferno yet while there's only one guy on fire. Although it would make him take 14 more damage, effectively turning his burn 9 into a burn 23? Which still wouldn't kill him, but nearly so. And that lasts for the end of combat. Sure.
Suits my purposes.
Does a little bit of damage to us, but a lot of damage to him, and makes us better for the rest of combat. I don't think I want to use my mastery. We'll save that for someone else.
Each strike is a prayer.
Alright. I think I need you to heal Cassia. Because I don't want her to have a lasting injury.
I can see bright colors again.
Then we can move you back here, where you will get to attack his weak point. What is your... Assassin makes an attack with the current weapon against an enemy. This attack cannot miss and deals 50% more damage. It also deals additional damage equal to 25% of the target's missing wounds. No, probably not.
As the tenants
Go there and blade dance.
Caught by no web.
You have... No, you don't have a bleeding attack. Give him another
the
weak
shadows
point,
will see it done.
and then
As
attack that
on
weak
all
point.
days.
You have one action left. Should have done Raining Blood. Need to remember that. Could also have her dodge back down where she started here. We can do Dance Macabre and move somewhere else. I don't really know the point of Dance Macabre. I don't see the point of Death from Above right here. We're not going to finish him off. So I might just leave you here. She's a little exposed, but she'd also be exposed if she returned back to here, so... Meh. Pascal. I can move him... Is there a spot I can put you where he can do his big attack to hit all of them, but not his allies? Because if we hit it here, I think it would hit Abelard. Granted, Abelard taking a hit so that we do tons of damage to 3 enemies is probably worthwhile. We don't need where it hurts in this case. We could do Reckless Abandon just to increase our damage. So if we did Analyze Enemies, so 2 AP for that. Analyze Enemies would be a third. Reckless Abandon's free. I guess we could do Machine Spirit Communion. If so, we'd want out Pascal within that range. So go there. Machine Spirit Communion. Hit everyone you can. Probably about as good as we're gonna do.
Request approved.
Give all of us those bonuses. Then we'll do Analyze Enemies on you. Reckless Abandon. Finally, Brutal Strike. Sorry, Abelard. Try and dodge.
Running binary.
Torches of my psykers!
You're fine. It's a good amount of damage on a lot of enemies.
Let's get to it.
Good parry. Alright, you need to get into some sort of cover. Do I think from here I could do enough? Just wondering, Lidless Stare. No, I can't hit. No, I had a spot where I was hitting the 2 up front without hitting Cabela. I'm hitting 4 of them with that Lidless Stare.
If I may.
And again, anything where I can hit that many enemies all at once is a solid choice. I think I am going to do Finest Hour on Ignatius. We can move our front line. To here.
If only that were possible.
Okay. To here then. Would go Killing Zone on that location.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Then Finest Hour on Ignatius.
In the name of House Orcelio, I shall prevail.
Enemy-wise, we've got one back here that we're probably not going to be able to see. Regardless. But I could easily light a bunch of these guys on fire. So let's send you there. Then do an ignite on you.
Too easy.
Then you.
Nothing I can't do.
There. Can't see that one. You're both basically dead. And I could hit this one just to finish him off. Who's next on the initiative? This guy, which we can't hit. Then it is you. So if I can just finish you off before you get a turn, that won't feel bad.
Nothing of value has been lost!
Okay. Oh, I still have yet another ignite. Okay. Right, I'm used to only getting 4, but we now have 5 action points. Oh, that's ridiculous. You're going to take 21 fire. You die at the start of your turn. As well as 7 bleed. You both die at the start of your turn. Actually, you die at the start of your turn too. Wow. So we just got the sharpshooter left. I'm tempted to just use Inflame again. Because it'll hit everyone on fire. Which I think might just kill everyone.
Suits my purposes. Opposing me was your biggest mistake. Already.
Yeah. I can now do a run and gun to try and get an angle on this guy. I don't think I need to focus on trying to kill that one. The rest of the team can take him out.
All too easy.
Run and gun. Can I get somewhere where I've got an angle on you? Can't tell. Maybe if I had my gun out, it would show lines. There we go. There we go. Says I've got an angle there. Switch back to our staff. And then ignite. Haha!
Nothing I can't do.
Fantastic. And I have another ignite because we did run and gun. Oh, this is ridiculous. So you're going to take 46 fire damage at the start of your turn. Let's just finish you off.
You didn't stand a
Ignatius,
chance.
you're just too powerful. And then orchestrate flames on him because why not? We are ruining the warp, but oh well. I mean, I could just lightning arc and end it. You know what?
My time.
Ignatius, you can just end the fight. That's fine. Your lordship, Emperor, preserve us. Are you alright? Yeah, we're fine. Do not fret, layperson. We have grown used to outrageous slovenliness among the wardens of every world we visit. Pascal's voice, quiet at first, is booming with fury by the end of his remark. That is a very harsh statement. What are you doing? This guy running back and forth? Okay. Pale grayness is strangling this peasant like a noose. His words are laden with fear for our well-being, and yet he fears for his own even more. I'm fine, can't say the same for the attackers. You should all be flogged for such negligence. Who were they, and how did they gain entry to the governor's estate? Where did Governor Viet go? Kill the officer, you incompetent, inept, useless piece of grokship. What is the point of you if I can be attacked on the governor's own estate? I'm definitely not going to go that far. We need to know more before we just kill someone. I'm fine and can't say the same for the attackers. We'll just go the fine neutral option, even though all of my allies are just like, what is wrong with everything here? Praise the throne. If you would please follow me, I will personally escort you to the governor, where you will have the protection of walls and wardens. Fine, lead on, or I'll find my own way there. Stand aside. No, fine, lead on. Oh, we didn't get to loot. Okay. So, if we'd found our own way, there's probably more loot, besides just the bodies we could have claimed. Upon seeing you, the guard at the door lets out a frightened yelp and doubles over in a low bow. Your lordship, the most humble Ignatius von Valentius, the governor is waiting you in her office, where she is protected by walls and guards. Would you prefer to meet with her alone or with your entourage? I mean, meeting with her alone shows that we trust her. That we don't need our entourage to feel safe. Meeting with our entourage means that they can join in on the conversation, which is probably helpful, because if going in alone means I have to use my own stats, that would be bad. But I think when we met with the leader of Footfall, I think we still used our party stats even though we were in the room alone. And I want to show that I trust her and I don't need my entourage to accompany me. No. I'm sure there are things that particularly Abelard can bring up in the conversation that would be useful. So not having some of my advisors would put me at a disadvantage. So we will bring our entourage with us. It's just more sensible. You are literally glowing. Vistenza Janus Viat Ab Aram af Koronus is furiously swiping at a data slate, issuing commands into a gilded box. Upon seeing you, she hurriedly puts away her device, smooths her skirt, and drops into a deep curtsy. Your lordship, accept my abject apologies for the reprehensible stunt that spoiled the reception. Even in my worst nightmares, I could never have imagined. She flinches when she notices Cabela standing at your side. A death cultist? My, how unexpected. Must someone face severe punishment in the Emperor's name? Someone always does. As for who and when, the Undying One will tell. Cabela responds with dignity, seeming oblivious to how sinister her words sound. I don't care about your apologies, I could have been killed. Your local fuss is of no concern to me. I am in urgent need of provisions from Janus. Reprehensible stunt, I thought firing at moving targets was part of the ceremony. You can stop apologizing, Vistenza. I'm not offended. I don't think we're going to make a big deal about it. It wasn't that big of a deal. Cassia got hurt, but a med kit later and she was fine. The rest of us got out of it mostly unscathed. So, freaking out about how dangerous it was, like Ignatius just like mopped them up. Like they were no trouble at all. Which is kind of what he does once he gets on a roll. We could be joking. Assuming this gets taken as a joke, but I don't think this is the time. I think I'm just going to go with stop apologizing. Part of me is just like, I don't care about whatever that was. Let's move on. I need provisions. But I feel like this could also be taken very negatively of, I don't care about what your planet's going through. It's not my concern. You deal with it. I'm just here for, taxes, and then I'm leaving, and you can mop up whatever issues you're dealing with. And I don't think that's if that's how it's taken, that's not the direction I want to take it. So I think I'm just going to say just a simple, stop apologizing, I'm not offended. Thank you, your lordship. Believe me, I am infinitely sorry for the troubles of that the troubles of Janus have reached us even here. The most protected place on Janus. I say stop apologizing, and she immediately says I'm infinitely sorry. Come on. The companion standing next to Vistenza respectfully bows her head. She is doggedly trying not to turn her head toward you, but it is obvious she is watching you through her lowered lashes. One of your wardens helped us in battle. Superb shot. Who was it? What is happening on the planet? Or Footfall Station is on the verge of starvation. Can Janus supply the people there with provisions? We do need to get to that at some point. But yes, one of your wardens helped us in battle. Superb shot. Who was it? You must be referring to Urilet. YRL. Irliet? Our chief ally in the struggle against the rebels. I have turned a blind eye to her horrific mutations, given the undoubted advantages she brings. You see, Irliet comes from a local degenerate stock of this world and knows Janice like the back of her hand. So is that, I assume, xenos, because she looked somewhat unusual, but maybe mutant. Okay. So she has provided several leads as to where we can find bases and secret storehouses. Although I admit that at times I'm tempted to send her away from the estate, her unnaturalness means that speaking with her always leaves me feeling uneasy. Such a gaunt, unfeminine figure, and so tall. If you wish to speak to Urilet, I need to hear that name pronounced, so that I know how I'm supposed to pronounce it, because my tongue doesn't handle that string of letters. You will find her outside in the orangery, most likely by the gazebo. She prefers to keep her distance from others. Alright, what is happening on the planet? Several months ago, uprisings broke out on Janus. I was not even notified at first. Griping worms are for wardens to worry about. Alas, I only learned of what was happening after the miscreants began targeting noble families. Potentia shakes her head. And then it became apparent that what the Administratum's accounts had referred to as unrest were in fact organized attacks on infrastructure and society leaders. They have already brought 13 agri-complexes to a halt and have now moved on to assassination attempts. My wardens are doggedly tracking down the rebels, but their leaders are slipping from our grasp yet again. Can Janus fulfill its foodstuff supplies under current conditions? I risk angering you, your lordship, but this is nothing compared to shamelessly deceiving you. Let us consider the situation dispassionately. Even the most talented logistics experts of the Administratum are unable to guarantee stable ties when shuttles are wary of landing at the spaceport, and the terrified peasants are indulging a dangerous minority within their ranks. Until the usual order of things is restored on Janus, any trade is nigh impossible. Considering what has occurred, your visit is a true blessing. You see, Janus does not have its own fleet, and we could organize a planet-wide search if we had ships at our disposal, ships like yours, your lordship. Perhaps you will find a way to support your subjects in their hour of need. I'm sure even approximate coordinates would be sufficient to have the ground forces and ship's crews work together to hunt down the enemy. I'm not interested in your excuses. Dealing with rebels is your direct responsibility. I mean, it's not wrong. She is the planetary governor. It's her job to keep her planet in order. She shouldn't need the rogue trader to come down and clean up the mess that she hasn't been able to deal with. You want me to go off and catch some rebels for you? Yeah, like all of this, a planetary governor somewhat giving orders or suggestions, strong suggestions to the rogue trader, like, well, you don't get your tithe unless you use your ship and your crew to hunt down the rebels I haven't been taking care of. Promise you, Governor, I'll hunt down the seeds of rebellion and heresy on your planet and burn them to ash. I will get to the bottom of this. I'm sure the rebels will have something to say to the master of their world. Well, if there are no competent people to be found on Janus, I shall have to handle this myself. Super harsh, but that's what I'm saying. Like, this is her job. And the fact that she's like, we need you to stop doing your rogue trader business and instead take on being a policing role on the planet. It's like, it doesn't speak highly of her competency. Well, I'll track down those elusive fugitives myself. As for you, Vitenza, you will not be permitted to fail again. I am removing you from the post as governor of this planet, and I'm placing you under arrest. When I've finished with the rebels, I'll decide what to do with you. I mean, we don't have, at least to my knowledge, we don't have a good choice for a backup governor. And we don't know how much of this is her fault. It just looks bad from where we're standing right now. And maybe that is... like, maybe that is what Six is saying, is I'm removing you from her post, I'll deal with this problem, and then afterwards, once I've got the full picture, maybe I will agree that you had done your best and put you back in your post, or maybe I'll fully, officially replace you with someone else. But it's possible that if I arrested her, found out that she wasn't really guilty of anything, maybe there is no way to put her back in charge. Even if I did determine that she had been acting competently. I don't know. Yeah, ultimately I don't know. That's the problem. There's too many unknowns at this point. And just immediately doing harsh sanctions or arrests without knowledge is, yes, a bit of a Warhammer 40k dogmatic viewpoint. Like, the dogmatic view is burn heresy first and ask questions later. If some innocents get caught in the fire, that's a worthwhile sacrifice to remove heresy. So it's like, I don't know. Regardless, we're gonna hunt them down. There's unknowns with these, which is why I'm not as excited to take those choices. So I'm gonna go with, I promise you, Governor, I will hunt down the seeds of rebellion and heresy on your planet and burn them to ash. I'm not thrilled that she's effectively giving us orders when we're the rogue trader, but I'm gonna let that slide because she's having a stressful day. Concern appears in Batenza's eyes. The resolve and valor of the Von Valencius dynasty knows no bounds. I'm immeasurably thankful for your help. If any of those who attacked the estate have survived, then perhaps they could have been a valuable source of information. But you made an example of them for the rest of the foolish rabble. Batenza glances at the Vox. Incidentally, I did overhear the wardens talking about some kind of stranger in the area. Besides that, we still do not know who let those reprobates into the estate. The person who did it might also know something. I, as well as my retinue, are at your service. My secretary is checking the staff as we speak, removing all traces of the attack from the estate. As an esteemed Magos, who is responsible for agronomic efforts on the planet, is also here. He happened to be visiting this week to deliver his personal report. And of course, there is my aide in the war against the rebels, Rilette. I have no doubt she will be delighted to share her knowledge of Janus with your lordship. I'm going to ask this finally, even though we basically have the answer at this point. Footfall Station is on the verge of starvation. Can Janus supply the people there with provisions? Yes and no, your lordship. If the question is, can such an expansive and fertile world as this one feed a few thousand void rats? Of course it can. We lose more provisions to gnawing pests every cycle than those on Footfall can eat in their entire lives. But can we ship said provisions to Footfall? Not a chance. Any cargo shuttle that leaves the surface will be targeted for attack. The rebels will not hesitate to bring it down, sending flaming debris over the capital. Our silos could become targets for sabotage. Food could be poisoned or mined. The logistics of transporting supplies to Footfall will only be possible once the uprising has been completely crushed. Yeah. Tell me about Janus. Batenza leans forward. Janus is a remarkable world, both in terms of its vast potential and in terms of the work that was carried out to transform it into an agri-world. House Viad has ruled on Janus for many generations, and each new governor has without fail contributed to the planet's taming. This world was once a wild planet full of xenobeasts and utterly unsuitable for growing anything. To this day, despite our best efforts, Janus regularly rebels against us. Earthquakes, tsunamis, and the emergence of new pests and weeds that invade the arable land. Sometimes I cannot help but think that this world is endowed with consciousness, the consciousness of a capricious and stubborn child who likes to spoil everything that we have achieved. What do you grow on Janus? Mainly helican flint corn and red turnip. Apart from that, in the southern hemisphere, we have set aside vast tracts of land for the Grox population, and of course, I cannot fail to mention several thousand acres of tilled land given over to cultivating fermentable fruit, for personal use and limited export. Grox are basically cows, right? A large semi-domesticated reptile, not a cow. Grox are most commonly bred as livestock or used as beasts of burden, so they are reptilian cows. Got it. Even for an agri-world in the back of Beyond, this place is a real dump. What do you do here for fun? When you have free time, that is. I'm not going to ask that. That is extremely insulting. There are nice ways that could be phrased, and this is not one of them. Nod towards her companion. Who is this person standing next to you? One of my ladies in waiting, Amelia. Amelia performs secretarial duties and helps me to and remain in constant contact with those families who are most responsible for productivity and prosperity of Janus. I trust my advisors implicitly, and over time Amelia has become not merely a faithful companion, but almost my shadow. Losing her would be like losing my right hand. Vistenza laughs and gives Amelia an encouraging nod. Amelia drops into a low curtsy. To bathe in the light of your greatness is a true honor, rogue trader. Alright, I must take my leave. Anyone with names? Not
It's
yet.
about time.
Got.
Sister Argenta, you are always shrouded in a greenish-gray mist when I see you. Is it me that troubles you? Or is it whatever I can see behind it?
My soul is open to the light and his faithful servants. The rest is merely fleeting frailties that hold no significance.
That did not answer the question. Doesn't seem like there's
I'll lay
anyone
claim
important
to the
around.
stars.
Did you hear? Vexen Goldino caught her husband with the servitors again. Your surprise sounds terribly feigned. Are you truly surprised to learn that the head of the Goldino family is seeking solace in such predictable places? Okay. Quite the opposite. I am appalled the old man hasn't come up with something more original since the incident at their last sorry. Looks like all we can do is just head out this main door. Let's look at the map. There is loot here that we didn't grab. But that's even outside of Vistenza's room, and I don't think have a way to even get back in there. Even if we wanted to.
Follow my lead.
No. Okay. Yeah, all we can do is just move forward. To the estate.